Thanks for joining us. I'm Amanda Mastera for World Lacrosse. I'm joined with Sean Gibson, who chair of the Athletes Commission. So talk to me a little bit about that. What does that really entail?
Right. So the Athletes Commission is really to give athletes a voice to all levels of the sport. So traditionally, it's been people, administrators sitting in boardrooms discussing our sport. And the athletes really haven't had any kind of direct input into any decision-making process. So now, as of 2017 or late 2017, we've created the Athletes Commission within the World Lacrosse structure, in which we have a board position, which allows us to have direct input into rules, into the governance of our sport, and any aspirations that we feel fit we can actually inject into our sport. So it's a fantastic opportunity for us as athletes to move things forward.
So you're a man of many hats or many helmets per se, because not only are you on the leadership side of things, but you're also playing right now for Ireland. So you have been in these games for the last 4 years. How has this event evolved?
So this is my fourth World Indoors. I started competing in 2007. For me as an athlete, this has been a fantastic event. Langley's put on a great job for us. Being able to say a few words at the opening ceremonies for myself is a personal highlight. But the Irish team, we've come together as a family, and that's really been kind of our model, or our kind of modus operandi, I guess you could say. So, and with this year, being my fourth and a couple of other teammates' fourths World Indoors, we have our families here. I've got my young daughter here; she's 1, and it's really cute to have her around and get her on the floor a few times. But that really kind of sums up the atmosphere for us as a group. We haven't been able to quite achieve the results that we have, but we've come together, we've rallied around each other as a group, and it's been a fantastic event for us. And I think most of the athletes, if I could kind of go to a broader perspective, I think this has been a very well-run event. Everything has been fairly smooth. From an athlete's perspective, everything's taken care of, and that's really great to see. We don't have to worry about medical care. We've got on-site medical teams, ice baths. That's one thing the athletes are always talking about. Where are the ice baths? But yeah, everything has been catered for. It's been a fantastic event. The hosts have put on a great job, or done a great job putting things together for us. Transportation's been easy. A lot of communication, and I think, from our standpoint, it makes our jobs a lot easier. We only have to focus on just playing the game. And the reason why I would bring all that up is because, outside of North America, and I think this is the one thing that a lot of people wouldn't see, is that a lot of teams are actually driven by the athletes on their teams. So you have national teams where a player like myself or another senior player on the team is actually organizing, is the GM of the team, and then when they arrive, they turn around and they just become a player and they hand it off to their coaching staff. So for those guys, this is, huge to have an event that just works. Yeah, so obviously our big focus right now is we have the 2020 Under-19 World Championships. It'll be in Ireland next year. But a lot of our focus has been around developing youth, raising awareness for the international game. But as well, developing our other programs. Our women's program has been very successful. They've had a resurgence in their leagues. Our men's league is ticking along, so that's been quite good. If I take it outside of Ireland and kind of go to a wider perspective, coming to this event, seeing the number of teams, we've grown to 20. When I competed in 2007, there were 8 teams, right?
Round experience for them. If I'm an athlete and I want something changed, how do I approach something like that?
Well, so there's traditionally the model has been you go to your NGB, and that might not necessarily translate to actually getting to the direct levels of governance. With the Athletes Commission now, we're starting to set up smaller groups where you can, you've got direct sport representation. So myself, I look after indoor. So if anybody from indoor wants any kind of suggestions at the international level, they can approach me. But also with men's field, we've got Rob Pinnell and Keith Nieberg from Australia. And then our women's sector is led by Dana Dobby, Sachio Yamada, and Seraphine Alterman. So we've got direct representation at all levels of the sport, across all varieties of the sport. So it's quite good. These individuals are very approachable, and they're all looking to help better the game. So as we develop further, we'll open up more and more channels, websites, email addresses, and that sort of stuff for people to communicate with us.
Playing catch with his teammates, and then picks his spot for the